What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Today is game 1 of my Newtype challenge. It was a great day. It was a great experience. First time going to that store. Might not go again due to pricing. Pricing was terrible. I only got 5 packs and I took first. Second and third got 4 packs, and fourth got 3 packs or something like that. Pretty bad, because I've seen on like other stores giving a whole box, giving 2 boxes, or at least even 12 packs, which is half a box. But anyways, let's get into this gameplay. To the right, it's me with green, white, zero, obviously with a little bit of spice. And to the left, it's blue, white. Don't quite remember if it's Academy or just Unicorn, but I do remember it's blue, white. In this matchup, honestly, I feel like I drew just everything. I went into the tournament without Shang Wufei, the pilot. I asked every player, like literally every player, if they had any spare ones, and they're like, no, I don't. A lot of them were like, I don't carry my trades, and I'm like, what? Like, if they're trades, like, why don't you have them with you? But anyways, that's another topic for another day. Which I understand, because Shang Wufei is not really a tradable card or a card that anyone's looking for. So why carry it with you? Which I completely get. I thought I had it with me, and then when I was switching out sleeves, because I like to have new sleeves very often, I realized I didn't, and I was like, dang, that sucks. I still use Shenlong. I use 2 of them. I have a deck profile video, which is the video before this one, explaining my deck and why I use certain cards. But it's still, I feel like it was a good thing that I didn't have the pilot, because it allowed me to use other cards that later on in the tournament, it came out clutch, to be honest. So here he has 2 blockers, and I dropped Shenlong, and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, if you don't start attacking or doing something, like, Shenlong is just gonna eat you up, you know, like. And I'm ramping, I'm doing my thing, and he's just summoning blockers. I'm like, that's fine, you know. Yes, with the pilot, it's even better, but you can't always have everything, right? So he does 2 damage to my base with his token that's a blocker, and I allowed it. I could have blocked it, but I'm like, I don't need to. My base is still alive. I feel like pro tip number 1, if your base can take multiple hits, is such a win. Like, why block it when they won't get rid of it with 1 swing? So with Shenlong, I swing to the token, killing his left wrist with Shenlong's effect, but he used is it unforeseen incident, the one that reduces 3 attack. So I'm like, damn, that sucks, you know. Caught me completely off guard. Pro tip number 2, if you're gonna swing, make sure you swing before you do anything. For example, I swung with Shenlong, and then I'm doing my plays, which is summoning, or playing a unit, playing a blocker, or playing an action. But make sure you swing first, because if they have a hand trap like he did, it allows you to switch up your game plan. But if you do something, use up your resource, and then they counter you, and you look at your hand and you're like, damn, I could have done something else. You know, like, make sure you swing first, and then after you're done, make sure you start using up your resource, whether it's to attack, whether it's to play a base or play an action or whatever. It's always good. So here, I just summoned another Shenlong. I was like, if his, I think it's called Strike Gundam or Perfect Strike. I'm not too sure. If his unit swings at mine, we trade, which is fine. I completely don't mind. And then I also have the other Shenlong to just use his ability and get rid of his token blocker, which right now, me having 4 units, him only having 2, and I have a lot of resource just going up, getting closer to 0 is such a good move. He played another one, and then he played the card that allows you to draw 2 cards, which, you know, it's a good card. I used to run blue-white, but it kind of slows you down. Like, you could have played another unit possibly, but instead you decided to draw 2 cards. For me, that kind of tells me whatever you have in hand is not as good and you're digging. So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't really have much to worry about unless those two cards that you drew were just the cards you were looking for, and you're just gonna turn the whole match around. But yeah, so blue-white, this is when I noticed he was running blue-white, and I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. Draw for turn, get everything ready, and I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 8 resource, which I could drop 0. Won't really help me, so I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I swing to his shield. I think I want to swing to his shield, and if he blocks, we trade. Yeah, so I swung to his shield, to his base to be exact, killing his token unit with Shenlong's effect. And I'm like, all right, I still have 4 units. You're down to 2, and your base is out. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's not bad. I'm thinking of what to do. I swing to his other shield, and he does not block, which honestly I was surprised. Well, a little bit, because I know if he blocks, we won't trade. I'll kill his unit and my Shenlong will survive. So maybe that's why he did not block. But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start chipping away. Maybe he wants to block the little ones, but you know what? I'm not just gonna go all crazy. And I believe here I drop a freedom, and I'm like, all right, I have a freedom, so I'm good. Freedom is such a tanky unit, like 4/6. If you attack, your character dies, mine survives, and it's just so good. So right here, I'm like, all right, do what you got to do. I'm just gonna focus on setting up these big blockers and going for game, because that's part of the game, just blocking and attacking. At least that's the meta right now. I know aggro is a thing, but there's so many blockers that I feel like aggro is not really much of a threat. He does another striker pack, which I'm surprised, because I'm like, I have Shenlong, unless you get rid of my units, and the Rick Diaz, and I'm like, this is just Shenlong's food. And he plays Grandpa, which it's a good one, but if you don't have the pilot to link it at the very moment, you don't get maximum value, which, kind of sucks. So he tries to swing to my first Shenlong, and I'm like, you know what? I'll unforeseen. And it goes -3, and he only has 3 attacks, so he pretty much just trades for free, because mine's at 4. Which, like I said in my deck profile video, hand traps are OP. I only run 2. If I could run 3, I would, which I might, because they don't expect it, and especially for green-white that you ramp, you have that extra resource most of the time. He tries to swing. I block with freedom, getting rid of his other unit, and he passes for turn. So now I have 5 units on board. He only has 3, which those 2 units, the blockers that he has, are not a threat whatsoever. I have a good like maybe 5 cards in hand, 5 or 6, so it's not bad. I have plenty of resource. Swing to shield, killing his Rick Diaz. His token. Swing to shield, killing his Rick Diaz. He does get a unit, I believe. I mean, a pilot. And then I just go nothing, and I drop 0 with the pilot, linking it, going in for fatal. And it's a GG. Drop a like, comment, and also subscribe. In 2 days, because I post every other day, I'll be posting the game tonight. Peace.